Hi, Dr. David Kulla here with Synergy Wellness, Chiropractic and Physical Therapy in New York City. Today we're going to go over how we kinesio tape or tape up a clavicle or a collarbone. Another incident where she fell and broke her leg pretty badly. Fibula and tibia straight through, compound fractures, kind of like that Dak Prescott injury recently. Had hardware in the leg and everything, but in doing so, she fell, put her arm out to brace her fall, separated her SC joint. SC standing for sternoclavicular. This is your clavicle right here, and this is your sternum here, sternoclavicular joint. This is your acromioclavicular joint. So we're going to show you how to tape it. Because she had a separation there of the SC joint, the sternoclavicular joint. It's very common, again, with falls where you reach your arm out to brace yourself, and it doesn't necessarily cause shoulder pain immediately after. What it'll do is it'll cause a lot of neck pain and headaches to get worse. It's important to tape this down properly so the fibers of Sharpie heal up and reconnect the sternoclavicular joint, and that's what we're trying to do. And it typically takes about 8 to 10 weeks of being taped, having the SC joint taped down, the clavicle taped down, for the Sharpies of fiber to heal up and stabilize that SC joint, sternoclavicular joint. So here we go. We're going to just show you how we do that. I'm just going to pull that down. Great. And what you're going to do is drop your arms to your side and bring them back. And I want you to sit up with good pressure, good posture, excuse me, and pull your shoulders back. You can buy this tape online just about anywhere. And you can also do a self-check to see if you think you have. So there's two ways to check to see if you have a separated sternoclavicular joint, or maybe you just have a sternoclavicular joint that's subluxated, that's out of its proper position, but it's not separated, right? So what determines that? Anything over 5 millimeters. So if we take an x-ray, which we've already done, and we see that the clavicle is higher than 5 millimeters where the other one is or where it should be, then we know it is a separation. Another way to do it is to do a self-test, and I'm going to show you right now before we begin. If you zoom in, you'll see this clavicle over here is more than 5 millimeters, but that's just from eyeballing it. Okay, now what we're going to do is, without any pull or anything, we're going to go ahead and place tape here. We're just going to activate it by putting our finger on it, activating the glue so we get a good stick. Now I like this KT tape because it's got rounded edges. The rounded edges prevent the clothes from kind of causing it to roll up, and then it comes off sooner. So you don't want that to happen. You don't want the clothes to catch it. Then we're just going to pull this off. What we'll do is we'll do 50% pull here. So we're going to pull it all the way to the extreme and then come in 50%. And then the last 1.5 inches of the tape, we can just, without pull, just anchor it right into the skin. We want to activate that. That just helps to warm up and activate the glue right there. Okay. And then we grab another strip. You can even cut these in half. You know, we probably could have done that with her. She's a little more petite, so we get some big guys with, you know, bodybuilder guys, we usually need to use a whole strip. So we're gonna go ahead and just tear the end here again. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. Again, there's two ways to check for a sternoclavicular joint that is out of alignment. That's the self-test, which I just showed you on her, and then also by x-ray. Anything over 5 millimeters, it's separated, and you need to tape it down. If it's under 5 millimeters, oftentimes you can get it adjusted by an extremities chiropractor that knows what they're doing and have that fixed. If it doesn't hold, that physician, that chiropractor, may decide to tape it down anyway to speed up the process. Okay. And oftentimes when somebody has an SC joint subluxation or separation, there are oftentimes other problems in the joint down. So she's also had some elbow and some wrist issues, and we've dealt with all of that, the headaches. This is the last part that we need to heal up, and she's going to be 1000%. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just anchor this down. Pull your hair back. Make sure you pull your shoulders back, and shoulders back good. Excuse me. Okay. And we're going to pull at 50%. So her clavicle went superior, went up. So sometimes when the clavicle goes up, it also comes anterior and medial. So forward and in this way. And if that's the case, in some cases, what I'll do is I'll put a little pad underneath the tape right over the SC joint to pressure it down even more. And we're going to do that with her, but this is the first week of kinesio tape, so we're going to wait about a week, and then when we have to retape her, we're going to tape it, and we're going to tape it closer in. So if somebody has a AC joint problem and you need stabilization there, you can do this crisscross pattern further out. So this piece right here would go more at an angle like that over the AC joint, and then this piece would go right where it is, and maybe it would come further out over here instead of closer into her neck. We're close in here because it's her sternoclavicular joint, and again, next time we tape her in about a week, when the tape falls off, we're going to come closer to the SC joint, and we're going to put a pad underneath, and I'll film that and I'll show you. It's basically the same thing. We just use some foam pad that's about a ½ inch thick, and again, it just pushes it from the clavicle from anterior back in and then pulling it down, which is what she'll need. Thanks for tubing in, everybody. See you soon.